Oh, what is this? What are you doing? I thought you said you were gonna stop doing this.
We need you to get on the phones and we need you to call people and have them sign up for YouTube Red.
No, I said no. I'm not gonna do that. I thought we talked about this.
What do you mean why? The second season of The Karate Kid's coming out and we need people to watch it.
Well, actually, yeah, I'd be down to call people for that. I actually enjoyed the Karate Kid series. Yeah, I'd gladly have people sign up for YouTube Red. Sure.
You'll do it?
Oh
Still, fuck you.
shit! God damn it! Ow. All right. Welcome to Room 666. Today, we're going to be reviewing the debut film from Boots Riley, Sorry to Bother You. It's got Lakeith Stanfield, Tessa Thompson, Steven Yeun, and Armie Hammer. I'm sorry to bother you, but what do you think of this free shirt I got at the screening? It's cool, right? It's way too hot to be wearing this. Let's talk about this movie. Sorry to Bother You tells the story of a telemarketer who figures out a way to move up in his company, but finds out it comes at a great cost. That's not really all it's about. Let's talk about it, baby. Come on. Sorry to bother you, Boots, but you're crazy for this one. Now, think about this. Think of Spike Jonze and then Spike Lee getting together and going to Michel Gondry's house, and they're buying drugs off of him. They all three of them get together, they do these drugs, and they decide to sit down and they decide to watch old 90s to early 2000 hip-hop music videos, and maybe they throw in a Tank Girl VHS, maybe a Wall Street VHS, and then they're all just like, hey, you know what, let's make a movie based on this. And that's basically how I can describe how fun and how sort of different this film is, and that Boots Riley was able to do. Now, it's not a perfect film. It's not a subtle film. It's just, basically the main story is about Lakeith Stanfield's character. He is a telemarketer, and he's just like all of us. He's just, trying to live the 9 to 5, trying to scrape by. And he figures out by meeting Danny Glover that the way you move up is that you use a white voice. White people will buy stuff from you if you don't sound, like a person of color, basically. And that shoots him up the ladder. And with that kind of success comes, what's good? Is greed better than your friends? Just kind of all that stuff that, you deal with in these types of films where it's about someone moving up in their company and they impress their bosses and they have to kind of change their lifestyle in order to, sustain their wealth. So what Boots does here isn't necessarily different, but it is part of this great trend of these directors who are just taking these concepts and they're making them fresh again. Like I said, what I explained at the beginning of it, that's what this feels like. There's a lot of these kind of Michel Gondry kind of like practical like effect things that happens where, the world is just like, it's like a dream world. It's not a regular reality, but it's still kind of grounded in a reality. But there's a lot of kind of things that happen, like for instance, when, Lakeith Stanfield, he calls people his first time on the job, he just, his desk just kind of falls through the floor and he ends up in the living room of the people he's talking to on the phone. Now, he's not literally in their living room. It's just visually showing you that that's kind of what it feels like when you're trying to like talk to these people and they're doing things at their house when they don't want to be disturbed. And so it does a lot of great visual stuff like that, but he's not someone who is subtle. Everything is very much on the nose. All the metaphors, all the, stuff about racism in that kind of world, the stuff about, having to, make a white voice and all these different things that go with trying to move up in a company. He just throws them at you. He's not really trying to just subtly give them to you. He's showing you like, this is what it is. That's what it is. And he's throwing them at you. And sometimes they don't always land. They come at you with jokes. They come at you visually. And unfortunately, they don't always land. But they land enough that I think it works perfectly. There's some times where, it fumbles a little bit. It's supposed to be funny and that you don't really get the laughs you want out of it. But it doesn't mean that it messes it up. It's got a really, really just kind of fun aesthetic, a really fun flow to it. And, it's something that until maybe the third act, I think everyone will be a part, they'll be on board for. They'll just be enjoying it. It's just the crowd that I saw it with was really enjoying it. But like I said, the third act might divide a lot of people because there's something that happens that, it's a little strange, it's a little weird. In the world that's going on, it's not that weird, but to some people, it might not be the best thing that you want to see in a movie like this because it's kind of got this certain vibe, this really fun vibe, and then it goes into this really very strange but hilarious place. So Boots, I can't wait to see what you do again. Sorry to Bother You is just really a good film about, trying to struggle the 9 to 5. What's better? Do you want to be creative? Do you want to make money? What are you trying to do? Who is the person that you are? Are you going to change the person you are to make money? And it really does that in a very comical way. There's some dramatic stuff in here, but I think making it sort of this on the nose kind of just throw everything in there, the whole fucking kit and caboodle, just in-your-face kind of comedy makes it work even better. So I really enjoyed this. These boots were made for walking. All right, let's start it off with our man, Lakeith Stanfield. Now, Lakeith Stanfield is one of the best young actors we have working right now, and he's working. He's in a lot of shit. He's in all kinds of stuff. And the thing that I really like about him, and the thing that works here, is that he's kind of playing just an everyday kind of guy. There's really nothing too special about him. It's not like he's really kind of creating this kind of deep meaning character, but the way he plays it is very grounded and it's very real. And it helps with all the kind of crazy things that are going on in this world. And you see that he's just kind of moping along. He's just doing 9 to 5, just trying to make money, trying to struggle, trying to do what we're all doing basically. You know, people who have jobs and all that stuff who are just, you know, you're doing what you don't want to do, but you got to do it. And he really conveys that really well. And I think he works with this because he can just be like an everyman, but he can also just be kind of a weirdo like he does with Darius in Atlanta. He can also kind of do really funny. He's just got great comedic timing. I don't know if you like follow him on Instagram. He's just very funny in the videos that he posts. He's just a really, he's an entertainer, I think. And so he can be dramatic. He can be funny. And here, all that works and makes a really just grounded, you know, really good character. Lakeith, I can't wait to see when you actually start getting better roles. Not that you don't get good roles now. You're always doing good stuff in what you do, but I just can't wait till everyone realizes how amazing you are and puts you, you know, at the front of everything. Because here, you're really shining. You're really showing that you are a star, and I can't wait to see it. Good stuff here, bro. Up next is Queen Tessa Thompson. One of the great young actresses coming up. She's always in stuff, and she's always great in stuff. Here, she plays Lakeith Stanfield's girlfriend. Now, she plays the opposite of him, right? She's not working at a 9 to 5 job. She's an artist. She has an art gallery. She's just like against fighting the man. She just like wants justice for, you know, the smaller people. She's not trying to do all that corporate nonsense. She doesn't care about money. What she cares about is love and art. What I said about the film in general, like all these characters are very on the nose. How Lakeith Stanfield's character is just kind of a regular everyman who's just kind of climbing the ladder, just dealing with that kind of moral decision. And that's what she is here. She is that girlfriend who she has these, you know, these ideals that she follows, and she's not going to compromise them for him, even though he has the money and the new house. And so there is that conflict there between them, and that really works because Tessa Thompson, again, she is a great actress. She grounds all this stuff. You have her in this. Not only is she funny, but she can do the dramatic stuff. She can do the stuff there's a scene where she has to be in an art exhibit, and she's got to do this ridiculous thing. And it just works because she's taking it so seriously. If you would have had someone who just kind of did it in this really comedic way, and not that she isn't doing it in a comedic way, but because she's such a fantastic actress, she's able to kind of bring more to this role than I think, you know, other people might have. It could have been just a straight parody. It could have been just really, really zany. And she does a great job of grounding it. Tessa Thompson, Lakeith Stanfield, put them in everything, guys. Come on, right? I mean, they should be in everything. They work perfect together. They have great chemistry. They're great in this. There's 2 other reasons why you should see this fucking movie. Sorry to bother you, but fucking go see it. Last but not least, we got Steven Yeun and Armie Hammer. We're going to start off with Steven Yeun. He plays an employee at the telemarketing company, and he's trying to start a union there. He's the guy who wants to get everyone together because he doesn't like the conditions that are going on. He wants things to be better. And Steven Yeun is another great actor of this generation. He needs to be in more stuff to really show what he can do. I don't really watch The Walking Dead, but what I did see of it from the first seasons, he was great in it. He was definitely a standout. So it's good to see him here. It's you know, there's not really much for him to do here. He's kind of just there to kind of stir things along with that kind of the plot, you know, to move that along of them protesting to get the union going. But he does a great job. Then you have Armie Hammer, who plays basically the boss of the company, right? He's the main guy. He's just a crazy, coked out maniac. He is Armie Hammer, you know, on coke. That's what he is. And it's great. It's a really fun role. It's, you know, it's not anything that's got this deep thing. You know, like I said, it's an on the nose. He's just that white boss who's just like, hey, do coke with me. And, you know, come on, let's just go, you know, take over the world and do stupid stuff. You know, that kind of dumb, kind of really comical thing. But because it's Armie Hammer, and because, like I said, all these actors, they're just so grounded in the things that they do, they're able to make these things not some typical, you know, satire comedy, where if you could have had some certain comedic kind of actors who you could see in those roles, they probably would have ruined it or made it more kind of zany. Here, these guys, you got Danny Glover. I mean, you got Jermaine Fowler, great stand-up comedian who's just a great comic relief. There's just so much great acting in this. It's grounded, it's good, but the whole world around it is zany. Boots, you got a great cast here. Stick with these guys. Your next movie should have all these people. You should just create them as like your little cast of, like how Paul Thomas Anderson had everyone in like Magnolia and Boogie Nights. I'd love to see you do that with this cast because it's fantastic. All kinds of different colors of the flag of the rainbow. I mean, you cut that out, but yeah. In conclusion, I really enjoyed this film. It's going to be one of my favorites of the year. I definitely recommend it to everyone because I think everyone should go out and see this and experience this film because it's got a great cast. It's fun. It's funny. It's just got a nice, good summer music video vibe to it. And, you might get a little divided on the third act, but that's okay. It's not that big of a thing. I don't think it's going to make you just completely hate the movie. You might just be like, oh, the thing that happened in the third act is kind of too much for me. But you're going to enjoy it. You're still going to have fun with it. Who isn't going to love this cast? Can't wait to see what Boots Riley is going to do in the future. This isn't some sort of masterpiece, but you can see the stepping stones to something when he is going to make his masterpiece, and I can't wait for that. Go run out and see this in the theater. It's just going to be a fun time for everyone there. Try to see it as soon as possible. Give Boots your money. Sorry to bother you, but go see this damn movie, yeah?